Hello everyone, this is Lupin and I'm back with Costume Quest 2. Marathon playing the game because I can. Because, well, an opportunity came up. Oh, way back, I think I forgot to mention it. This many episodes in, I forgot to mention it. That time when the game cut out. Part, whatever it is. Oh no. I'm just gonna leave a notation in the video when I edit it, but, that time when the game went out and I didn't know what it was and I thought maybe it crashed, that, I think, was the power flickering. I think this happened once before when I was playing the game. Basically what happens sometimes is the power flickers. It doesn't go completely out, it just kind of weakens, you know? So, it's enough to knock out certain, devices. Sometimes the modem gets knocked out for a minute and then it starts back up. But that didn't happen. I didn't really notice anything, because the lights didn't go out. But I think the power did flicker and it must have switched. It was enough to switch off the PS4. Because I noticed a couple of air filter machines that were off and I swear that they were on before. So, I think the power just weakened a bit and knocked them out and knocked out the PS4. Anyway, we have the Pharaoh costume, which is clearly drawing vibes from Cleopatra, and that is a dental guard. Oh no. Cleopatra. Oh no. Oh, you little... Forgot you could do that. You're dead. Zap! Eat magical lightning. Cleopatra. I don't know if anybody has seen the extra history series on Cleopatra, but Cleopatra is actually quite interesting. She's not the person everybody remembers her as. I mean, everybody thinks, if you don't mind me talking about Cleopatra, sorry, I know you're here to watch me play Costume Quest 2, but I don't care, I want to talk about it. Everybody thinks that the common image of Cleopatra in everybody's heads is that, she's seductive, seduced Julius Caesar, Mark Antony, and all that, and that she was the most beautiful woman in the world. I mean, she might have been. Nobody's really knows, or she might not have been. But that isn't really the point. Okay, so there... thing about Cleopatra is... Well, Extra History went over this once, and it was very, very interesting. There you are. And you start with her family, the Ptolemies. I don't recognize you, but here's your candy. Here's the candy anyway. Well, first of all, there was supposed to be a movie. I guess it hadn't come out yet about Cleopatra, where Gal Gadot, the actress that plays, for example, Wonder Woman, is going to play her, and you might think, well, she can't play Cleopatra. She doesn't look Egyptian. Actually, that doesn't matter, because Cleopatra probably didn't look Egyptian because she wasn't Egyptian. Or at least, not completely. You're probably tilting your head. Because, yeah, she wasn't. She was Macedonian Greek. Her family were the Ptolemies, because, see, when Alexander the Great conquered, almost the entire world, he died without an heir, so one of his generals, Ptolemy, took control of Egypt, and his family, the Ptolemies, held it for generations, and they were Greek. I mean, who knows if there was a little bit of Egyptian blood mixed into her anyway, but she was primarily Greek. So, and Gal Gadot has already played Wonder Woman, who is supposed to be Greco-Roman. So if she can, if everybody thought she looks like Wonder Woman, she can pass for Wonder Woman, then she has no problem playing Cleopatra, does she? Nope. Not at all. But, the other thing about Cleopatra is, let's see, knock on the door, is that she wasn't, I don't reckon, yeah, grubbin. She was very, very smart. That's the last one of these deliveries. Let's get back to Blob. Really? The last one? I thought there wasn't a, oh, must be a trap. Okay. Might as well trigger it. Yep. She was Cleopatra was very well educated, actually. She had a very high education in lots of different subjects. I think she might have had the nickname, the Queen That Needs No Translator, because I kid you not, she could speak like 8 to 10 languages, people said. Literally, like, whatever language, she didn't need a translator, no. So she was, as some people put it, captivating. Like, had a whole ton of charisma, and I think that's what people found interesting about Cleopatra. She's basically the lady that can just focus all the attention in the room, because she can talk to you about anything in any language you want. And let me just adjust my seat here. And there's really a funny story. One of the most probably the most legendary story about Cleopatra. Oh, by the way, about the language thing, here's something mind-boggling for you. She was also the first person in her family to speak Egyptian. Yeah, apparently her family, who, by the way, were a bunch of backstabbers, I mean that literally, their family pastime was practically murdering each other, because a whole bunch of other people had to die before Cleopatra got the throne. I mean that literally. Her family had ruled Egypt for generations, and yet none of them, not one of them, had ever bothered to learn the native language. Except her. And I think she actually cared about Egypt. But here's the funny... This is going to be a trap. I'm going to spring it, get some experience in battles and whatever. But here's the funny story about Cleopatra, and I love telling this story once I read about it online once, and then Extra History started their entire series with it, and I'm going to repeat it. So, it's the story of Cleopatra, Mark Antony, and a ridiculous bet. So, this is about the time Cleopatra was hanging out with Mark Antony, the general, and they're hanging out at her place. They're having these ridiculously lavish parties every night, like, very lavish. Think the most crazy party you could think of, modern equivalent. And at one point, they're packing up from the party. They're still a little drunk. And Mark Antony says to Cleopatra, Cleo, I think we've hit maximum party. I don't think there's any way we could top what we've already done. And Cleopatra promptly smiles at him and says, is that so? Well, I bet that I could spend 10 million sesterces, I don't know what that would be in modern money, just imagine any currency, on a single banquet. And Anthony Promley is looking at her very funnily, very weirdly, and says, Cleo, I love you, but that's impossible. Nobody can spend that much money on a single banquet. Not even you. Oh? Want to make a bet? Okay, fine. We'll make a bet. And so they had this ridiculous kind of half-drunken bet. And I know you don't know how much money that would be in modern equivalent, but just think of spending 10 million anything on just dinner. Can you imagine anybody being able to do that? No, you can't, can you? So, you get to this party. I think probably the next night. Let's see. Magic. So I aim for you with this attack. Nice going, Cleo. And they get to this party, and it's like midway, and Anthony thinks he's won, because, How can you spend that ridiculous amount of money on one dinner party? And then Cleopatra, she orders a drink. But she doesn't order wine. No. She asks for a cup of vinegar. And then she takes out one of her earrings. And she's wearing pearl earrings, okay? And as a point of reference, the pearl she takes out of her ear was, at the time, one of the largest pearls on Earth. This thing is huge. And she, to the horror of everyone in the room, she proceeds to do the one thing you are never, that a pearl owner is never supposed to do with a pearl. She puts it in the vinegar. Because pearls are made of calcium carbonates, and there's acetic acid in vinegar, and acetic acid destroys calcium carbonate. So if a pearl comes in contact with acetic acid, it will start to dissolve. I mean, it's not going to dissolve right away, but the longer the pearl stays in contact with the acid, the more damage you're going to do. And she just dropped this huge pearl in a cup of vinegar. Like, oh, wow. And she lets it soften up. And then Cleopatra proceeds to drink the entire thing, earring and all. Yeah, she drank her own priceless earring, and it was priceless, to win a stupid, ridiculous bet. Gift of life. Let's see this. And I bet once she downed the entire thing, she must have looked over at Anthony and said, "I win." Because that's the kind of person Cleopatra was. She never lost. She never let anybody get the better of her. And she was willing to do something to waste a priceless pearl like that on a stupid drunken bet. And she kind of won, even though the Romans beat her and she ended up taking her own life, she still kind of won out in the end because she is far better remembered than the guys that beat her. It's actually really funny, and she's an interesting historical character. And Extra History did an entire series on her life and death. But yeah, that's the kind of lady she was. She wasn't just the incredibly beautiful seductress. She was smart, she was clever, she cared about the place she was ruling. She could speak like 8 to 10 languages. And she was willing to do something as ridiculous as drink her own dang earring to win a stupid bet. That is a queen in every sense of the word. I think. Oh, I'm getting that wrong, aren't I? Probably am. But I love that story. Ow. I hope you enjoyed seeing The Gift of Life as I talk about a historical character, but I don't care. I love that story. And I'm probably repeating myself. Whatever. Ow. Ow. I'm not even paying attention. That's not good of me. Ow. They also never found Cleopatra's tomb. Still haven't. Ah! Oh no. I'm running away. Yep, I am running away. Yeah. Wherever Cleo was buried, they have still not found it. And I think she was buried with Mark Antony. Or rather, Mark Antony was buried with her. As we all know, Cleo was definitely the one who would have been in charge in that situation. But yeah, if you're interested, you should check out Extra History series on Cleopatra. Okay, is that... There's still another secret. Check that out later. There's the upgrade for the pterodactyl. And... dang. Thought it would have updated. We got your candy, Blob. Thanks, humans. Are you forgetting something? Probably. Blob has the memory of a goldfish. You said you'd tell us how to get into the dental compound. I did? Oh, I must have forgotten how to do that too. Blob! Blob is sorry, but Blob does remember one secret. If you can get further into the sewers, there's a speakeasy for the rich guys. Oh, so this is the speakeasy for the blue-collar monsters? Yeah. The password is sweet wet wheat. Another speakeasy? This one is close to Dr. White's compound, though. I'm sure someone there will know. Yeah! Got it level up. I saw a glittering piece of candy. There we go. Now we have zipline power, although... I want to see something. Dark situations, enjoy it. Okay. Is the time portal... Dang! Thought I could take care of that now. Oh, well. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. That would not make sense. Sorry. There we go. 1350. Oh, dang. Red dye to upgrade the Jefferson costume. Dang. Give me those. And... okay. Zip line. Issa. Shh, I'm hiding. Eek! You made me jump! Frog costume, maybe? Password? Sweet wet wheat. I think that's a Repugiarch? Yeah, I think so. I'm remembering Grubbin's on ice now. Right. Ackley! I can have candy whenever I want, but I come down here for the vibes. If you're trying to strike it rich, you're doing it wrong. Who let a human child? Fangus. You let a human child in here. This is a club for elite monsters only. I'm getting attacked in my own elite club. Where can a rich monster get some peace? Harry, you're even less refined than those grubby miners. I'm pretty rich, but when I see how those elders are living, oh boy, I still have a long way to go. Bartholomew! Haha! Is that what poor people do? I wouldn't know. I love to lord my candy over those who are less fortunate. You are awful. Repugiarch Elder. Ah, right. Children? How did you get here? Did you acquire zipline technology? Yes. We're trying to get into Dr. White's compound. Do you know how? Of course I do. I even have a key. But this is not a good time. I'm stressed out. Don't bother me now. What's stressing you out? Well, it's just that the Grubbin Elder is withholding my candy delivery. I'm down to my last crate of king-size fun bars. He's totally cramping my style. You want us to pick it up for you? Would you do that? That would save my business. Sure, if you let us borrow your key to Dr. White's compound. Psst. Way to make it sound not tantalizing anymore. Sorry, I can't give you my key. Overlord White would revoke my candy license. I'm pretty sure there's nothing more to say on that matter that I can think of. Oh yeah? Mr. Elder, if you don't have your deliveries, what good is your candy license? Maybe there's a chance Dr. White ruins you if you give us the key, but you're ruined for sure if you don't get your deliveries, right? I guess that's true. Okay, if you get my deliveries, I guess I can let you borrow the key to the compound. You'll need to knock on some doors downtown to get most of them. Some of them are up on the rooftops. The Grubbin Elder is up there too. He's got the big fatty delivery. I need that one the most. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Be right back. Elite speakeasy deliveries. 4 of them. Okay. One more thing. Ow! That hit a bone. That hit bone. Usually end up having the healer last. Okay. I should try to make these videos shorter, so let's go. New Repugia, downtown. There's Shady, defying space and time yet again. Do you expect any less? Hey, Shady. Oh, wait. Tooth-shaped parking meters, really? That Jefferson costume upgraded, but for right now... Okay. I'm gonna stop here, actually. I've done enough of this marathon. I mean, I could go longer, but I'm tired and beat. I think I've done enough. I've cut through enough of the game. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. This has been Lupin playing Costume Quest 2, and I'll see you guys next time with more of the game, where we travel into New Repugia, downtown. Oop. Okay, bye.